Ethan or Miss back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We are here again for yet another CDL Pick'em predictions video. Yeah, well, let's start off with last week. So you see, I got 23 points, which isn't too bad. I think it's 23 out of a possible 36. So it was alright. My predictions weren't too bad. I did get mostly every series right, or I got every series right except for the one Thieves Legion. But everything else was right. I just got some map counts wrong. But quickly, we'll go through it. So, of course, I got the Phase 3-0 over the Surge, correct. I got the Empire beating the Guerrillas, but I thought it was going to be in 3. It happened in 4. Although I thought the Empire were going to look a hell of a lot better than they did. I obviously had the Thieves beating the Legion, so completely got that series wrong. I had the Subs beating the Mutineers, which was correct, but I figured it was going to be in 5 instead of 4, although that was a really, really good series, really close series too. I had the Ultra beating the Ravens in 3. They ended up beating them in 4. I had Optic beating the Legion in 4, but it happened in 3. I had the Rocker beating the Surge in 4. It happened in 5. That was also a very close series. I had the Mutineers beating the Guerrillas in 4. It happened in 3. FaZe beating the Thieves in 3. It happened in 4. And then the Subs beating Dallas in 5, but happened in 4. So overall, my predictions were pretty good. And of course, we're moving on to the LA Thieves home series for this upcoming week. And then we've got LAN, guys, which is really, really exciting. Of course, that will be the Stage 4 playoffs. I don't even see that bracket here yet, but that's all right. So let's start this off. So tomorrow we have Toronto Ultra versus the LA Guerrillas and Chicago Optic versus the Seattle Surge. So what are we thinking here? I do think Toronto will probably win this series, although Toronto still is doing very solid, but honestly, I feel like the Guerrillas probably take the Surge off the Ultra. I mean, the Surge against the Ravens is really worrying for me from last week, I guess. Of course, the Ravens almost took Toronto to took Toronto to a map 5, I guess. Yeah, it was a little worrying. Yeah, I don't know. I totally read through my predictions wrong, didn't I? Wait, yeah, I totally did. I did everything opposite. I had the Ravens beating the Ultra one map, but they 3-0s. Yeah, sorry, guys. Totally ignore everything I said up until this point of the video. So, yeah, I feel like the Guerrillas might take the Search off the Ultra, just because the Ultra really didn't look too great in Search. And I mean, I'm really trying to not be biased because, of course, they are my favorite team. But I don't know. I really do think that the Ultra will win this series, but probably in 4. I would imagine they lose game 2. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. And then we've got Optic versus the Surge. I'm definitely taking Optic here, but do the Surge win a map? The Surge have been... it's been over 2 months since the Surge last won a series, which is pretty sad, to be fair. But do I have them beating Optic? Probably not. Do I have them winning a map? I don't know. Octane and Gunless looked very, very good last week. I don't know. I think I'm going to stay with a 3-0 here for now. Let's move on to the Subliners and the Ravens. I do think this will be a pretty easy win for the Subliners. I don't really think there's any doubt in the league right now that Atlanta is the number 1 team and New York is the number 2 team, and probably Toronto as number 3 right now. New York has just been so good since the addition of Hydra. I mean, they were good before Hydra came to the league, but Hydra's made it even better. And even last week, you guys saw it, I'm sure. Hydra was literally like dying against Dallas, and they were still able to win the series. So I do think that the Subliners will probably 3-0 the Ravens. Then we have the Thieves and Rocker, which, man, I really expected the Thieves to do a hell of a lot better than what they did. I obviously expected them to beat the Legion. They ended up losing that series, and then I expected them to take a map off of FaZe, and they didn't. So, it's tough, but I don't know if the Rocker can beat the Thieves either. Like, I would imagine it's going to be a very close series. I would imagine the Thieves take map 1, then Rocker map 2, and probably map 3, then Thieves map 4, and I'm thinking Rocker and 5 here. Yeah, I'm thinking Rocker and 5 probably, which will round out the games for Friday. So then we move on to Saturday. We've got some interesting matchups here for sure. So the Gorillas and the Ravens. I'm thinking Ravens probably win map 1, Gorillas map 2, and then Ravens probably close out the series in 4. I really don't think the Ravens have looked too bad recently. Of course, like I said, they came pretty close to taking 2 maps off of the Ultra. My God, I can't speak. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a big redemption for them after that big loss from the Subliners. So I feel like the Ravens definitely beat the Gorillas, which means that's another series I have the Gorillas losing, but I just don't see this Gorillas team really being any better than what they currently are. At least with this roster, it just doesn't seem to really be working all that well. So then we move to Atlanta and Minnesota. It's hard to not think Atlanta 3-0s, but you know what? I think I might give Minnesota a map. Do I give Minnesota a map? I don't know. I think FaZe probably 3-0s Minnesota. Yeah, I would imagine. Then we move on to a double points game fuel series, which will be a big one for points. What do I have here, though? I mean, I think the Mutineers might be a top 4 team, if not a top 5 team right now. Dallas just seems to have not been clicking still, even with Vivid added to the lineup. I still don't think Dallas are that good, and honestly, Dallas is kind of a big question mark heading into next week's playoffs because they haven't been very good. And I mean, I don't know. Although Bald Shotzi is much better. I don't know. I think the Mutineers take this series in 5 games, probably. I do think the Mutineers are a better team. And now for the Legion and Surge, man, I really want to see the Surge win a series. Realistically, do I think it can happen, though? Do I think it can happen, though? God, I don't know. Paris, map 1. Seattle, map 2. Paris has got to win map 3. There's no way the Surge win a control. Surge push a map 5, and you know what? I'm thinking it's gonna happen for the first time in almost 3 months. I think the Surge are gonna win a series, guys. I really do. I have faith in them. I really want to see it. We're really starting to run out of time here for the Surge if they want to try to make it to the eventual playoffs for champs this year. But yeah, so this next series is going to be really, really fun. And might honestly prove which team is 2 and which team is 3. Like I said, I do think the Subliners are probably number 2 and Ultra number 3 right now, but that'll be a really fun series to watch, I'm sure. So, man, this is tough. This is really, really tough. Definitely the hardest prediction so far. Oh man, how do I have this going? I mean, I would imagine a map 5, probably. But I could see this being a 3-0, a 3-1, or a 3-2 for someone, just because of how even and how good both of these teams really are. What do I have happening, though, is the question. Oh, I really don't know. I think I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, I'm gonna say New York takes map 1, Toronto map 2, Toronto map 3, New York map 4, but you know what? Again, I really tried to. I'm very good at setting aside my bias. I really do think Toronto will pull this series out. I do think Toronto can win this series. Although this series could absolutely go anyway. Like I said, it could be a 3-0, but the maps could be like, I don't know, 250 to 230 and 6-4, 6-5, and 3-2 in control. Like, I think this will be a very fun and a very close series. I hope I get to watch that. And then we move on to the main event of the weekend. We have Optic versus the Thieves, Nade Shot versus Hex, Scumpy versus Hex. I mean, it's with the way the Thieves played last week. It's hard to not think Chicago 3-0's here, and Chicago has definitely been pretty good recently. I do think that Chicago wins this series. It's just will they win it in 3? I don't know. Of course, they only had one match, and it was against the Legion. They did lose a map to the Legion, and the Legion did very well last week. I mean, they did beat the Thieves. They took a map off Optic. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I think I'm gonna stay with a 3-0 here from the Thieves or from Optic. Sorry, over the Thieves. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with these. So for Thursday, June 10th, I'm gonna have the Toronto Ultra beating the Los Angeles Guerrillas in 4 maps. Then I have Optic Chicago beating the Seattle Surge in a sweep. Then on to Friday, I have the New York Subliners sweeping the London Royal Ravens. And I have the Minnesota Rocker beating the LA Thieves in 5. Then for Saturday, I have the London Royal Ravens beating the Gorillas in 4. I have FaZe sweeping the Rocker. And I have the Mutineers edging the Empire in 5. And then I have the Surge beating the Legion. I think they're going to pull it out. I really do. I think I can genuinely see it. I do think that series could probably go either way, but you know what? I have faith in the Surge. We'll see what happens. I have the Ultra beating the Subliners, and I have Optic sweeping the Thieves. So that will be the predictions for the LA Thieves home series, guys. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen, and thank you all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.